And a very good afternoon to all of you from Aiken. Well, I have a very special live stream event today, the Texas Challenge. My wonderful friend Sandy Callie down in Texas has proposed a little expedition today, a little bit of a special chooch here down outside of Dearborn, Michigan. Hello to you. Hope everybody's having a good day. Susie, how are you? Be a little noisy out here. I'm in Dearborn, Michigan. Not a very good, not a very good area at all over here. So, well, it kind of adds to the mystique. We may have a real electrical storm too, which will really add to it today. And I hope good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. I hope you have a good day. I'm dressed down a little today for some urban chooching. Colleen, how are you? I am solo today. I kind of, in a way, I wish I wasn't, to be honest with you, because I'm in a very, well, scary area of Detroit here. And, I'm gonna be chooching. I'm gonna get this thing done. I'm not gonna cut any corners. I'm gonna do it the right way. How you doing, Joey D? Safety is always paramount. But so is getting the visit, and on this particular chooch, I'm going to need some of your guys' help too. We're going into a place that is a notorious mental institution, asylum here. At one time, it was the largest in America. It was a place that pioneered early shock therapy, what we would call waterboarding, temperature immersion, cold water shock therapy, hot water shock therapy. It's also a place that helped pioneer x-rays for checking broken bones, early nuclear science for pioneering cancer treatments. This place did it all, and at one time, as I said before, it was the largest mental institution in America, and it's also considered one of the most haunted spots in America too. People regularly report when they walk these grounds, they're walking their dogs here. There's a lot of windows broken out on this complex. There's been a lot of destruction. At one time, there were more than 79 buildings on a complex that was over 500 acres. This place was a city within a city. Yeah, one flew over the cuckoo's nest on steroids. How you doing, Keith Gregory? We got to keep our wits about us today. There's no problem with going onto the grounds. There's no problem looking around. But the area is very sketchy here. I've already had a confrontation with somebody in here on the grounds. When I did a little bit of early scouting around, we have very specific things that we need to accomplish on this mission, and I'll go over them in a couple minutes. I want to let the room populate. Lady T, how you doing? Nice to see you. Kitten Cat, how you doing? This is the biggest and baddest that America ever had to offer. I might argue about Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore with their renowned Phipps Clinic, but this is a pretty on an epic scale here. Taking care of the people with mental issues, severe mental issues. But it didn't always start out that way. This place began in 1839. This place was going strong until 1982. How you doing, Lady T? How you doing, Coach? If I miss you on the side chat, I apologize. Like I said, we're going to need your guys' help to keep count of certain things. My good friend Sandy, the Eyes of Texas here, have given me very specific items that I must hit here in making this challenge. It's going to be very, very fascinating. How you doing, Beryl? Nice to see you, babe. I'm going to go ahead and flip this around, and we're going to make our way into the Eloise Mental Asylum here, way out on Michigan Avenue. I was never a history teacher, but I did have the last 24 hours to do a lot of research. And I'm also into buildings with a real history. And this promises to be an epic chooch. We'll probably be going a total of at least 2 hours here. This building is tremendously decayed. The grounds have seen better days. Although some parts of it were actually used until as late as 2006. Used to live there. So I've moved my way up to, I started to chooch about 500 feet east on Michigan Avenue just to get the feeling of the scale of this place is enormous. 79 buildings have now been reduced to effectively 3. The urban exploring is what got you into YouTube. It's something that I'm very fascinated with, but you know, this place has a horrific history too. We're going to find evidence of windows that still have spattered blood on them from experimentations, and the horror stories of shock treatments and abuse of patients, strangulations, murders, sometimes on an epic scale here, would rival anything that I ever researched here. And here is the main entrance. And first of all, we'll go up to the alcove here. We'll have a seat, and we'll discuss some of the what this was founded as and all that. It feels very dark. I'm a little nervous about a storm today. I don't want to really be caught over here in a electrical storm or a thunderstorm. It's not. Yeah, I need a respirator. Yeah, I need a respirator in here. Plus, I have a bit of a cough too, but I'm feeling good today. You see that this is the entrance station. It's already, you know, I came over here. I had a pretty radical bad feeling coming into this place, but we will endeavor. And this is the entrance station here. I don't know if we'll be able to see a lot. Try to get that focused a little bit. In here, not much going on in the entryway. In there, and I'm very happy to, Sandy's given us a very interesting, we will be kind of a bit signal challenged out here too. If I lose the signal, if I do eventually venture inside of a little bit, I may lose the signal. This place, you can already see there's a lot of broken out windows in here. It is a vacant building. How you doing, 180? And I go around, you know, I've walked around, and there's a lot of, it's weird. There's some lights on there. There's some lights that are inside. There's a lot of overgrown here. This is just I don't know, it's just a very spooky facility with an extremely dark past of torture and murder. How you doing, Nathan? And frustration amongst doctors, frustration amongst nurses, frustration amongst orderlies that sometimes transgressed into physical violence, and even on occasion murders. And people were warehoused here. They had no control over their situation. They could not adjust the temperature of their showers or the baths. They weren't allowed to even flush a toilet, use a hand to flush a toilet. Everything was super regulated in here. It is a very beautiful building. This is really, fortunately or unfortunately, the last place. This was the most, well, famous action zone here. This is where a lot of the experimental treatments were done. This facility goes way back into the back. There may be many YouTube videos about this. That's cool, but we are live streaming today. So let's have a seat up here. You know, as I say, it is open to the public here. You are free to go about and shoot about the grounds. I think we'll sit up here and we'll get underway, and we'll talk a little bit about the history of this place. You can see that it has a lot of decay here. A lot of the tile work has now been removed around the building. They have those window guards that they've installed on the first floor to keep people from going in. And a lot of times A lot of times the squatters would come in here. Norm says, did they, America sanction torturing? No, most of the things that doctors did truly believed at that time that they were for the betterment of advancing science. And we didn't have the same feeling about patients then as we do now, that there's a certain amount of dignity. And you'll know why when we discuss some of the history going back to 1839. And this facility, the Eloise Asylum, it was actually named, Eloise is a strange name, Eloise. And it was actually named for the daughter of the first postmaster of Detroit, a guy named Eloise Dickerson Davick was the daughter of the first postmaster here of Detroit. And this place was founded in 1839. I still can't believe it was closed in 1982 officially. And I can't believe there's still a potted plant sitting out here. It's freaky. There's various entrance ways down here. We can do a little urbex around here. Yeah, it's a really weird name. Many of you might have seen the movie Eloise. Not many of you, but it was kind of a cult movie in 2016. Yeah, freak that. It was a cult movie that came out in, hey Crystal, in 2016. And it was a story about a guy that needed to get his birth certificate. And it was actually filmed at this location. And with 3 of his friends, he determined to break into this asylum and try to recover his medical records or his birth certificate. Well, it turned out to be a chamber of horrors inside of there. I'm not going to be a plot killer here. This is one of the most haunted places in America. And the movie helped, the K. Beard building here, and the movie helped add to that. So, in 1839, though, this place began, you can hear we're right by the Detroit airport here. In 1839, this place actually started as a poorhouse, what they call an almshouse. If you couldn't afford to pay your bills or you were flat busted, well, the county would send you to this place. And you would basically be on a work farm here. And it was officially known as the Wayne County Poorhouse. And then in 1872, it became the Wayne County Almshouse. And in 1913, it finally broke into 3 divisions over here. They had the mental hospital, the TB sanatorium, and the poorhouse. And the psych hospital was the last one to close in 1982. Over 902 acres, the largest psychiatric hospital in the United States. Many botched lobotomies, many horrific. The thing that when I did my research and stuff, the most shocking thing, and you can see a piece of the block just randomly laying down there, was how experimental this place was, immersing people into water that was almost so hot that they would get at least 2nd-degree burns on them, in the belief that maybe that would help snap them out of whatever was wrong. And the same thing with dropping people into ice baths and putting them into refrigeration rooms. Some of the things that we kind of identified, sadly, with the treatment of Jews in the Holocaust and some prisoners of war, Russians, by the Germans and stuff. It's a very sad kind of place, but we do have certain objectives we need to achieve today. And hopefully you guys are going to help me to achieve them. Number 1, I'm required to find 10 no parking or no trespassing signs on the property. That's number 1, a total of 10. This is a Texas challenge. The eyes of Texas are upon me here. and I've not failed one of these challenges yet. Sandy in the Eyes of Texas sent me into the graveyard in Las Vegas on that 104-degree night with the black widows and all that. This should be interesting. Well, several people have been arrested here, but it's open grounds. Ain't nobody going to be arrested here today. So, number 2, they've got I'm supposed to find something called the well here. 10 no parking or no trespassing signs. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3, there is a window here that has a blood stain remaining on it. It's one of the second floor windows here, and you know, I'm not sure, you know, they call it the blood window, some type of experimental facility. They drew blood, and you know, when this place was closed and abandoned, it's not like they did a lot of cleaning, right? So okay, yeah, the sheriff's right now. It's fine, let the sheriff come over, it's open. I always welcome police when they're doing their job. People say, Rosie, do you mind with the if the police are called on what you're doing? The answer is no. You know, I'd rather them come and find out that it's a YouTube SWAT than to come out and somebody could need real help, and then they don't get it because they assume that it's just a hoax or a prank. So it's a willing thing on my part. We also have to find the bakery building here and determine what happened to that building. The thing underwent a terrific explosion here. The ruins of that are here. I also have to find something called the big red container, and then the last thing is to grab a bottle of water, sit on any bench of my choosing, and wrap it up. So we're going to be aboard for a couple, you know, not nice. You don't have to, you know, who knows if it's a hoax or not. I don't think you're an expert on anything. Yet the blood doesn't last long with insects unless it's on the inside of the window. Whether it's truthful or whether it's not, if we can find it, it's something very interesting. What we're going to do, I don't care if there's many videos on the building, I'm the first one to live stream it, and therein lies the difference. Let's turn this around now, and let's get started. Let's look at the outside. You can see there are broken out windows on the 3rd floor. They have added these bakery first. They have added these window guards to keep people from going in. And the last thing, I'm going to do a little surprise thing. But for now, we're just going to appreciate the scope of it. No live streams come on here, and not nice. You're just trolling me here, okay? Have a good afternoon. I'm not in the mood for trolling today. So just activate one of your other 100 accounts and be as negative as you want today. Okay, we're gonna open our story by just going around, you know, a little history of as an asylum. No, I'm all by myself. And this is a really, really sketch area over here. How you doing, Harvey? Nice to see you. What it is, a really cool building, but you can see some of the decay here. Also some of the windows. And time is taking its toll. I am going to watch my step here. You know, I'm anticipating that the police are going to be called, which is fine. As I said, it's an open campus here. Let's make our way around to this side. Let's start counting our signs here today. How you doing, monkey boy? Let's start counting our signs here. Solid State, how you doing? This complex is huge. Come to the back here, you can see the power plant still attached. And I need to be very careful. There were a lot of squatters around here over in the back part here, so I need to be very careful. There's our first no parking sign. And you know, they put all of these covers on. to keep people from looking in. And I'll tell you, this is a very haunted place. There's been all kinds of reports over the years of people would be walking their dogs through the park here at night, through the grounds, and they would hear screaming up in these buildings. And I don't know whether it was people just drinking, but then there was a report of some apparitions and some ghost-like figures moving down hallways that they could actually see. Yeah, it was a very well thought out challenge. There's Sandy. We're underway, Sandy, with the Texas Challenge, a very good one. We started off with the history and a little bit of a walk toward, looks like an amazing gargantuan building. Of course, this was one of 79 buildings on the property. So there's our second no parking sign. It amazes me it's still got the air conditioners, some of the air conditioners in there. All right, 17 Texans watching here with chicken wings and soda. The only negative here is it's in a horrifically depressed area of Detroit over here, but you know, I'm determined to do a good job of completing this challenge regardless. But the third floor was the men's facility. The fourth floor was women. This is the building that a lot of the early experimentation was done, particularly in the 1930s, with water immersion therapy, shock therapy with cold water, shock therapy with hot water, shock therapy with electricity. One of the first places in the United States that performed shock therapy. It's a lot of real challenge on a haunted place, and this is considered one of the most haunted places in America. Yeah, this would be a good place to house Boyd, huh? So come over here. This is obviously the old boiler. How you doing, Vegas Vixen? Welcome to Eloise Mental Asylum here just on the outskirts of Dearborn, Michigan. See some of it's boarded up. It's just taking a toll over time. There's not as much loss here because it's difficult to get up to those windows and break them out. Got to watch out for wig snatcher bushes here. Yeah, waterboarding was common, but the thing that shocked me was the submersion in ice water, and then the secondary submersion into water that was almost guaranteed to cause second-degree burns and things. On the theory that would be beneficial. I don't want to trip down any steps. I have a lot of homeless that are around this area. See down here. I want to really watch my step. I got to watch out for rats and things like that. There's some parts that look like, well, would I? I'm not sure, Colleen. I am not sure. For right now, I'm just content to be right here exploring. Like I said, when I first got here about an hour ago, to do a little pre-research, I already had an encounter with some homeless people over here. It wasn't real good, so I want to be real careful. This is supposed to be, some developer bought this for $20 million, and he's committed to turning this into senior housing and emergency housing for Wayne County. Yeah, I should have had Chuck and Yeah Man go with me. That's right, Whiplash. I don't really see any entranceway, so I don't really think it's going to be an issue. But we've got at least an hour and a half ahead of exploration for us here. There's all types of back roads and other buildings. This is a very spooky building. This power plant is really taking a beating over here. 10 no parking signs, bloodstained window, the well, the bakery, and its demise, a red container. Very interesting. You can see the windows are still open here. Yeah, I just, like I say, I ran into a homeless encounter down here the second I got out of my vehicle. And, you know, I was told to get the hell off of the property. Well, that ain't gonna happen. And there's looking up on this side. There's gonna be, you can imagine this might, I'm not sure if I'd ever move here, given the history, the horrific history of the largest insane asylum in America, and the number of deaths. Over 7,000 people were buried across the street on the cemetery property in unmarked graves. It's when you were committed to these places, your family kind of left you behind as hopeless. Barbed wire, I believe, this is actually razor wire here. This is razor. How you doing, McRae? Nice to see you. Place is built like a fort. But even back in the 1930s and 40s, the people around the area complained about the volume of noise and screaming, and they ended up just actually taking screws and screwing a lot of the windows shut in here so the noise would not carry through the other buildings in the neighborhood, because you're looking at the experimental building here where I don't want to call it torture, I want to call it early therapies, because the bottom line is they did a lot of things for starting x-rays and utilizing x-rays for broken bones, and also radiation for cancer treatment and all that. That was done here. Thank you very much, Air Fryer. This is just a killer place. It is a killer place. Let's head over here and kind of dip around the back a little bit. People kind of moved off over here. At least I hope they did. Oh, we got another no trespassing sign over here if you're keeping count. So far we have another one here. Yeah, it was named after the first postmaster's daughter. Yep, Eloise Dickerson Davick. Okay, it was the daughter of the very first postmaster of Detroit. And like I said, there's a movie called Eloise that you might want to check out if it's available on Netflix. It, you know, it's kind of a horror drama movie. And here we can see the power plant building. It was started out in 1839 as a poorhouse, the Wayne County Poorhouse. Became an almshouse in 1872, a place for the poor to live. And in 1913, it broke into the TB treatment division. It broke into the the TB treatment, the mental hospital, and the poorhouse. And in 1972, it was the Wayne County Hospital, and it was closed in 1982, the psych clinic, the largest psychiatric hospital in U.S. history. Let me extend my stick. Maybe you'll be able to see inside here. Try to get you guys, it's peaceful here, but there's a lot of homeless people. This is a very terrible area of Detroit down here. So Wicked Widow, how you doing, D-Dub? What's going on, man? Yeah, people get beat in this place. There's Curtis Jones. We're going to show him the gate. He's the same guy that was here before. There we go. Bye, Curtis. Have a good afternoon. There we go. Come back under one of your other troll accounts. Yeah, if a face looked back, it's just real creepy. It's all overgrown. This is where I had the squatter encounter when I first came in. It's like now some rich guy wants to take it over. That's right, Crystal, for housing. And this is the power plant here, which is still intact. So we've already got a few signs here. Okay, how you doing, Yasmin? There's another no trespassing sign there. Yeah, like I said, this is a real action area of Detroit here. Yeah, this place shut down in 1982. Yeah, yeah, just send those people to the gate. It's the same troll under his 10 accounts, just bounce them out. One less person's not gonna matter. All right, here we go. Poor baby needs a rattle. I don't think I can really get around this way. We're now gonna move around to the other side of this. What did it look like inside of there? I'm gonna go back and look at the video there. Yeah, there's I wouldn't know if it's poor people or just people that wanted to do heavier drugs over here in this area back in here. Okay, we're now gonna make our way around the other. This is a very tough place to live out here in this neighborhood. I can tell you coming in. This was one mega frightening ride through Dearborn, through the other side. No trespassing, use caution. So I think Ginger's keeping account on here. Let's make our round. Hey, Jock Blue, how are you? They say at nighttime around 10:30 p.m. sometimes you can hear some eerie stuff, and you'll see lights flickering inside, and it doesn't look like regular lights. It looks like candle light. Learn to spell, fairness for all. You spell like an idiot. All right. Let's go around the side here. Yeah, just show goofballs like that the gate. All right. Yeah, this zero tolerance for that today. Mainly because I got a lot of things I need to cover off today. So normally I don't care. 1992 there on some cement. I have a flashlight with me. I do. Yep. Yeah, I'm going to be drinking water at the end. I'm going to stay hydrated here. We're going to peek around the back here. Yeah, we got 4 signs so far. This was actually built strong enough to be a nuclear fallout shelter. A lot of you young people have never seen something like this, a fallout shelter. But this was big time in the 1950s and 60s before mutually assured destruction. That Anderson Henderson was not his name. I saw the doctor's credentials, his actual medical license name. That's not his name. There are graves. If we walk out here, there's over 7,200 people buried over here across the road in unmarked graves. I'll give a little bonus for the eyes of Texas over here. We're going to take a peek back there and see if there's any grave markers at all. I imagine it's legal to get drunk next to a building, sure. As long as you're not drinking and driving. All right. Let's come over here. We got a couple other buildings. I don't think this 50 acres sold over there because of disinterring all the bodies over there. You'd like to be buried over there too. Well, we're coming up. When I was here earlier, I was fortunate enough to discover the well over here. And also a sign that has some of the history. Yeah, I'm very happy to bring this tour. I really have to thank Sandy. I have to thank Sandy And the gang down in Texas, they did more research than I did in thinking this through. And this is called the well over here. Fashioned out of stone. It's really very lovely. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. Ginger's listing. Oh, thank you, Sandy. I appreciate it. What a beautiful thing this is. This well. Doesn't it look like a well where you would drop that, and it was used as a well back in the up until the late 1800s. Thank you, Penny. Yeah, Sandy's always well thought out in the things that she does. We get a little bit of a cinematic pic here, right there, looking through at the property. Yeah, the original well, the stories. I don't even want to think of people that may have been potentially dropped down this thing. You're very welcome, Goonie. And then over here they have the history. Wayne County's medical complex, Eloise, was founded as a poorhouse in 1839. It eventually became one of the largest it actually did become the largest mental institution in America. The most advanced medical and psychiatric treatments were used here. During the early 20th century, Eloise physicians pioneered the use of x-rays, radium, and open-air treatment for tuberculosis. Psych patients underwent electroshock and insulin shock therapy, as well as music, recreational, and television therapy. Psych care ended in 79 and the hospital closed in 84. 7,100 patients are buried in the cemetery right across the road. And what they don't tell you is the horrific treatments that they used here too. Water temperature therapy treatments and all types of experimental things. But it was the times that people lived in. Okay, so we've now found the well. Beautiful little well there. This is the backside. You can see how massive this is. Yeah, lobotomy. Yeah, the television therapy. Now I found this a very interesting building here. I'm going to bonus out the Texas gang over here. Just because this looks like a carriage house over here. Well, right now Marshall's 15 miles up the road from me. So, for the 10 no parking station. It might have actually been a fire station, Sandy. Because you'll see it has very big doors. Oh, absolutely. You're very welcome, River Fox. It has big doors along the back side here. With 79 buildings, you better believe they would have had a fire company here. I don't want to really be here when the sun goes down because of the fierce neighborhood around here. There's another no trespassing sign. Look at the roof on that. Al Capone house along the lakefront. Yeah, city under itself. When you figure 79 buildings. Look at that old wooden roof up there. And their own zip code. Definitely a hazard. The mosquitoes are all coming out too. There we go. Check out some of the old farms in Barron Lake Road in Niles. Pretty darn cool. It's interesting. I've never seen these type of barriers used on windows. Well, Vegas Vixen says, I bet half the residents, hey Jimmy, how you doing? If only the walls could talk. I bet half the residents, exactly. You know, a husband would just say, my wife is just disobedient. She must be mental or whatever. And you can imagine the abuse that would be visited on some of these poor patients. Let's go around here. Yeah, hysteria. Exactly, Colleen. Well said. Hysteria. You know, she just got hysterical. Looked like one of the old screen doors off of the place. Very overgrown. Very bug infested. I got to be careful of snakes too. This is all open on the second. I'm willing to go up there and take a peek. Yeah, it's very eerie here. You can imagine at 3 a.m. in the morning. I agree, Liberty. Young people don't realize the real freedoms they have. Exactly. Somebody's pulled the door. This might be where the people are living. I'm not sure. This staircase has seen better days. Ow. Peek from the outside. Yeah, I'm going to be careful. I'm not actually going to go in, but this damn staircase is so steep. Yeah, tetanus shot. I don't want to get boned down here. Barely fit my breastises through here. Poison oak zone. Woo! Now this is why it may be a fire company. You can see the big doors on the back. What do you think? Double doors usually signified a fire station. Look at some of the early insulation material they used up there. Isn't that cool? It's like a muslin material. Or ambulances, yes. Or ambulances, yes. Vehicle intake. It could have been vehicle intake. This is very strange and random. Yeah, it could activate allergies. You can see this building is all bowed out in the back. Yeah, with 79 buildings and 900 acres, you bet there's all kinds of asbestos in there, Norm. Absolutely. Random. I just wonder why this is enclosed here. It's like maybe an early graveyard. It's the only thing I can think of. But then again, the fence is so modern around it. Now remember, guys, there's a movie called Eloise where they actually set it in this building. For people that need to get birth certificate and records out of here, and they encountered a little more than they bargained for when they went into the facility. Yeah, it's an amazingly well thought out challenge. Yeah, you know, thank God we most of us never have the issues of going through some of the horrors of experimental. When you were a ward of the state, basically, your relative just signed you over for whatever. Poor Chuck didn't even get that out, did he? Bye, Chuck. You'll never hold sway in this chat. All right. Need to watch out for snakes and stuff in here. So, your guess is as good as mine as to what this, it's got a lot of windows in it, in which they needed light for most activities in the 1830s, 1840s. Yeah, well, exactly. War to the state equal to guinea pig, exactly. I guess if you were well behaved and didn't complain at all, maybe your years passed well here. If not, yeah, shops for the complex. Very well could be. I'm wondering about the big double doors. I'm inclined to think a horse-drawn ambulance and later fire truck or something like that. Oh, your aunt was put in there, huh? Terrible. See, there's some people doing some urbex down there. Drinking and everything else. Not my favorite thing to encounter in here. Over here is what remains of the bakery building. And unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess it didn't much matter at that time in March of 2016, March 30th of 2016. Two young juveniles went in there with gas cans and lighters and set off the gasoline, and the bakery was totally destroyed. There's what remains of the old bakery building. I don't think I would climb the fence with that. This guy's going to try to climb the fence over the razor wire and all that. How you doing, Scrapping Irish? Yep, that's what's left of the bakery right there. Yeah, they'll still use electroshock therapy. They sure will. This is like a lake. There's a lot of mosquitoes around here. This is actually grapevines right here. Somebody put Gregory Peck on the building. And weird, these guys are all looking around. Now, these are the kind of kids that get in trouble with the cops right here. How you doing, Dawn? That is what's left of the bakery building. Like the old brick. Yes. Yeah, well, I think a lot of people come over here to explore it.
We're just hoping you wouldn't snitch on us.
No, I'm not.
Alright, we're cool. We're urban explorers.
Yeah. No, I'm not a snitch. Not going to be a snitch. You boys are on your own. But I can't guarantee one of my subscribers won't be calling. And there they go. Don't get hurt in there, boys. Yeah, like I said, I already 5 minutes after I was here, I had a really negative encounter. There's another no trespassing sign right over here. Somebody's gonna get injured in there. Yeah, because there's so much loose material and sheet metal and pipes and things. If you fall over, you're gonna get impaled in there. So, yeah, I mean, you don't ask somebody if it's okay if they airbags. You just do it, right? Yeah, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to trespass over here. I mean, the gate's open. If they want to do it, it's fine. I have to abide by the law, especially since it's posted on the outside. Places that aren't posted, I'll always go ahead and do that. It's kind of cool. They have random grapevines here too. All right, let's look up here. We've got a lot more to see today anyway, so. Here's the loading dock. There's another no trespassing sign. Oh, why would I be carrying a clipboard? Because I have a lot of historical information on here that I needed to convey, and I needed to keep it straight. If somebody's going to do a challenge, it's worth doing it the right way, right? So you want to do it a first-class way. They vest interests. You know, they take the time to develop the challenge. You owe it to them to do the very best that you can. This is an outdoor. They actually have a heated and lighted here. The tower. You know, I'm not sure what that is. It looks like a lift to convey material. I don't know whether it's a coal chute for conveying coal up. You know, an internal lift mechanism, and then it drops it into a hopper in the inside. Cobra John, what do you think? I'm not quite sure what that is. We can look over here. You could have walked. I guess you could walk right over there. You know, there's another no trespassing sign right there. Do I think it's haunted? Absolutely, positively, I believe it's haunted. The vibe that you get down here is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, I would assume here that if the cops are probably already en route for them, so best to be segregated and on my way. I got too much other stuff to do. You got to be very careful. There's big holes that go down about 20 or 30 feet here. I almost fell into an opened manhole. That would have been a hell of a fall. Looked like it was about 30 feet down. Power plant standing at bakery was having, yeah, due to the arson, March 30th to April 1st. Yeah, I would say it's very haunted here. You can feel the vibe here very much. These are actually heat lamps. I'm surprised these have survived here. This was obviously a way that employees would come in the back way here, park on the lots out here. There's a huge parking lot. Yeah, trapped there in life and then trapped in death. We found the well in the bakery building. I'm sure this has been gutted of here. This place shut down in the 1980s. Hey Shauna, how you doing? Well, I want to be on the outside. I'm sure the cops are en route for them over there, so whatever the hell they're doing. You can see all the wiring got pulled here. Feels like about 1,000 degrees here too. Plus there's a really bad smell in the air. I don't know what that says. Yeah, boondocking at night, you see the lights flicker. That's exactly what people have told me and what I've read. One random guy was out on the street walking and saying, man, you ought to come here at about 1 o'clock in the morning and take a look at the building. Look at these benches. It looks like some lights on up there. They're not going to arrest me. I'm not inside the buildings. Anyone's allowed on the grounds. I don't know why. I think this covers one of the open wells here. Oh, you love this kind of stuff. That's cool. I'm glad you do. No parking over here. There's another one, no parking. That blood-stained window is on the second floor. Oh, door and window guard services, that's what installed all of these things. I'd say they're working pretty good. Oh, you used to go ghost hunting, huh? Now, I'm making no judgments about this window, okay? You make your own determination about it right here. Hey, Beer Vlogs, how you doing? Hello, Stephanie. That's it, Sandy. There's the blood window, girl. Honest to God, it took me about 40 minutes to find that thing. I ended up looking at every window. That is the famous blood window on the Eloise Mental Asylum. Now, for me, if it was done as kind of a hoax, they did a hell of a good job. Chances are it probably was, but it certainly adds to the freakiness of it. All right, now it's a little bit of a bonus time. Gotta find some more of the no parking. Or no entry here. And that's going to be difficult. I think a lot of these got removed and taken down. There's a danger, keep out on that side. They actually filmed a movie on here. They did nighttime tours. I remember I was reading about that. You paid $196 or something to get in. And they sold out 1,000 tickets to it. I got to be real careful of squatters here. I hear rats in here. Can you hear the rats? I'm giving you some bonus, Sandy. Give you a little bonus, girl. Got the rat family in there. Give me a little bit of a bonus on in there. Woo! Sandy's like, Lord. Let's continue touring around today. I got to make sure Sandy gets her money's worth. I'm also going to do a bonus and go over there and see if I can explore what may be the graveyard area over there. Okay? We just threw our chicken wings. I gotta make sure you get your challenge worth. I'm not sure if we have any duplications. I'm not really sure how many signs are left. Let's keep rolling on down this road here. This is like a playground over here. You're very welcome. Oh, the graves are on Henry Rupp. Okay. Isn't that right across there? That was kind of cool inside down in the basement. Did you see that big distribution panel? Holy smokes. Woo! Man, oh man. Yeah, the one thing that's baffled me today is the big red container. That's been really baffling to me. Hey, Original Al, how you doing? No, I find the people in Detroit to actually be very, very kind. I've been very pleasantly surprised and delighted by the people in Detroit. Almost to a person, they've been wonderful. I only had a encounter with some homeless. Okay, go back to the bakery. Will do. All right, let's poke around this way a little bit though. Let's look around. See, there's all kinds of gangs down here and stuff, so I don't really want to press the envelope around this side over here. This is a really, really, really bad neighborhood here. So I'm really pushing my luck. Let's go around the other way. Well, you know, I could go in there if I wanted to, but a little peekaboo's okay, but you know, if I get nailed inside, I'm gonna get prosecuted, so times being what they are, yeah, it might be a Sharps container. Times being what they are, yeah, I'm sure I could make my way around in there. But all I need is the Wayne County Sheriff to come rolling in, and then I'm a goner. I will absolutely be arrested. That's the kind of thing, if I'm going to do that kind of activity, I'm going to videotape it, video it, and then put it up later. I'm not going to do it on a live stream. But that was pretty cool to go in under there. Absolutely, somebody would call the cops. Yep. Thank you very much, River Fox. This has been a really epic, we're at the 1 hour mark on what has been an outstanding and interesting stream. Let's get the cinematic view here. That's a heck of a front on that. Might come down here some one night about 11, 12 o'clock at night and look at the building. Let's head back over to the bakery. We might have to scoot down this alley. We got this lake here, unfortunately. If I topple into that, it's going to be a bloody mess. So let's see. Yeah, the only way out was a pine box. I don't know what it took. I don't know what it took to get released. Honest to goodness, I have no idea. Let's head over here. Might be down the alley, in which case we're going to have to be damn careful getting around this this swamp. He's turning this into a big senior housing and emergency housing for Wayne County, but I wonder if it's ever going to happen. So many times I've read the history of Detroit, what's going to be never gets done. All right. The big issue we have here is passing down this alley. Yeah, drinking water and benches. I'm going to go to the car and get my drinking water and we'll find a bench. But I don't want to leave this undone, and we're also missing one more sign here. I have to be careful. I saw a chick come down here. This is really deep water right here. I don't want to go down. I got this clipboard and all of this. Let's see if I can hold onto the fence here. God, look at this big branch. How in the step over this. Make sure that the eyes of Texas get their money's worth. Woo! And we made it. Hey, Amy. All right. Made it around the lake. There's a million mosquitoes here. It's hot as hell. I'm okay. I'm good. I made it around over there. Not bad for the old broad. Well, I can tell you on top of this, one big red container I see is right on top of that building right there. Look at the massive size of that thing. Hey, Papa Grizz. I'm not sure if that is a hell of a big red container right there. I'm on boondocking. Becca. Hey, Monica. What do you guys think? I have to let that. There it is. Sandy says you found it. Look at the size of that thing. Hell of a fire. Boy, the mosquitoes are off the hook here. Let's go down here. Yeah, that was an extremely hot fire. Yeah, the old catwalk. Might be some more stuff down here. Big trick, I gotta make it back to the car with that. Now there's a random statue right there. I don't know what the heck that is. Is that a statue? I've been so eaten alive by mosquitoes in Michigan, it's been unbelievable. Look at this whole country lane. And one sign and one wooden bench. Now this looks like this is a golf course. It butts up right behind here. Let's walk behind though. I don't like to leave any mission undone. Here. Let's go up the hill here. Let's have a little peek. This has been a hell of a thing today, hasn't it? Down there. I wonder if I can get down there. It's all overgrown as hell down there. How you doing, Shane? Should be pretty clear. I've had real good stream here, Carrie. I haven't had any buffering. A little blurry. Let me see if I need to clean the lens a little bit. Oh, shoot. Dropped you guys right on the ground. Right. Is that a little better? Leave you there. There you go, Sesame Son. Okay, good. I'm glad that's better. I must have fingered the lens. Might have found our last sign. I believe that's it right there. No trespassing. Yeah, I think I'm putting in 720p over here. I'd like to go down there, do a little exploring into there. I don't have the really good shoes or pants for it, but I want to give some bonus here. That looks like a, ooh man, the bugs are fierce. That looks like a, yeah, snakes and stuff. That looks like a little party zone area, doesn't it? Right in there. wooden bench and drinking a bottle of water and reflecting on this experience. Yeah, I'm just not equipped. This is a steep drop off right down here, so I don't want to go sliding down and injure myself. Man, what a stream today. What a stream today. How you doing, Jeffrey? The mosquitoes have been on me since I got to Michigan. Yeah, thank you, Jimmy, and a very amazing, the largest insane asylum in the history of America right here. I couldn't even imagine the horrors of this. I'm not sure if we can get around the back way or not. Yeah, when I first got here, I almost fell down an open manhole cover. An open manhole. Let's see what we got down here. Yeah, there's videos on the inside. I hear people inside the building. Oh, look, we've made it down to the little tunnel. Listen inside. Man, they're going crazy. What's up, tribe? They're going crazy inside of this building. Should I scream in Wayne County Sheriff's Department? Should I scream up there? Should I do that? Vote 77 on the side chat if I should throw a little scare into these boys. We'll let the side chat vote. And Sandy's like, no, let them go. Okay, well, Sandy's the boss on this stream. Wow, look at this. Jeez. Look at the fire hose here. I hope it's not a snake. Man, they're pulling the hose. Man, there's somebody pulling the hose. Yeah, there's people in there. I know, Jimmy. I should have played tug of war. I didn't want to scare the hell out of them. There's somebody outside. Oh my God. I'm wondering if I can climb this hill. It's going to save me a whole lot of walk around here, but this is a very steep grade here. It's like Poison Oak City too. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it up this with these shoes. Oh man. All right, engage four-wheel drive. Here we go. Oh shit. Oh. Damn. Stinkweed bush. Oh. Oh, I made it. Oh, and there's little rascal. Woo! We got one last thing to do for the mission. Let's grab a bench. Oh, I know, Kitten Cat. No shit. Oh, no kidding. Oh man, oh man. Let's get our bottle of water and let's have a seat. Woo! This is probably the most dangerous part of the whole mission today, believe it or not. Being in this neighborhood, I just gotta find a find a bench to sit down. Or screaming about the camera, so I gotta keep moving away here. Maybe Sandy will allow me to sit on this porch stoop right here. Oh, old wooden bench. Okay. Well, there's some old wooden benches down here. Well, we'll see if we can find another one. I'm not going to be provocative over there. Well, around the building again we go. Let's see. This neighborhood is not real good. Yeah, it looks like I'm going back to the bakery. Oh well, exercise is good. That's helping clear out my lungs too. Going back to the bakery. 1 hour and 22 minutes. What a chooch. Thank you, Sandy, for this wonderful challenge. It had everything in it. Oh, okay, Sandy. Well, I need the exercise, so it's good. Never give Rosie a hand. I'm like a blind elephant that just wanders around. Let's go around here. Oh, man. Thank you, PG. Yeah, Sandy's pretty darn awesome. Her whole Texas gang. This was an extremely well thought out, extremely interesting challenge. It made me do my history, but I have a great appreciation for this institution now. All right. Thank you, Janie. Eloise Mental Asylum in Wayne County, Michigan. We just need to get a wooden bench without getting our asses kicked. We are good to go. Let's head over to the bakery. There's an old wooden bench inside of this over here. Surprised there's not one near the wishing well or whatever the well that is. Yeah, Sandy's brought you some epic content. That's right. Oh yeah, there's the old wooden, is that a wooden bench? Yay, there it is. The old wooden benches. There we go. I think these qualify as very old wooden benches. There they are. There they are, the old wooden benches right here. Yeah, let's end it with a good dose of heat stroke here. Woo! Yeah, I was inside for a bit, just in the basement. I don't want to be provocative, so, oh man, mission accomplished. What a run here. What a run. Time to enjoy my bottled water. Thank you, Sandy, for a wonderful challenge. Just get this turned around. I think I might have a little bit of a victory cigar here today. Mission accomplished. What a challenge today. Whew. There we go. Now y'all watching in Texas, don't be throwing those chicken wings against that TV screen. Don't be a hater, be a lover. Thanks to Sandy. You guys were able to see one of the most haunted, horrific, and legendary spots in the history of American psychiatric care here at the Eloise Mental Asylum. Let's look around a little more, some of the windows. You're very welcome. Very good shoots today. I've got to get back to town safely, back up to Warren. There we go. Yeah, hit that like button if you've enjoyed the content today. Yeah, thank you very much, Katie, and thank you for being such a supporter. Why is there a bathroom? I think there's like contractors that come in. I'm gonna probably take a whiz in that. So I'll probably sit this down, see if that's open over there. Oh. Yeah, baby. Oh, nothing like a spotter pot. It's actually an upgrade from the van. They did. I'll show you, Kyle. They did have it. They did. Kyle, I did. I washed my hands. Look right here. I got to frame the picture in case there's a dump in there. Look at that Purell right there. Right on the right. It's exactly what I used. Right there. Rosie girl is neat and tidy. All right. A lot of floaters in the toilet there, so I didn't want to show that. 10,000 people live there and a lot of baseball players. Yeah, they did. There are some pretty renowned baseball players that died in there, and of course baseball didn't pay what it pays today. You know, you usually had to have a summer job and everything else. Yep, there's Purell in there. Yeah. Oh boy. Yep, baseball players. You can look it up. Hey, Victoria. Boy, really, people must just throw rocks at this place, huh? Yeah, it's well earned today. Thank you, Michaela. I make it last all day. I just have a couple puffs and then I put it away. I would have loved to have been on that tour. Yeah, there were weirdos when I first got here. There are dead people buried everywhere. You know that. I know damn well by 1839, who in the hell knew where all the stuff was buried? Hold on a minute. I've got a long ride out of here. That's it. Yeah, thank you for the thumbs up. Yeah, there's no bars. When you go up higher. But a lot of these patients were restrained a lot of the time. I think I'm going to have a cold beer tonight. Just enjoying the last of the water here. Oh, best to not get dehydrated, right? All right, well, that's the end of that mission accomplished. I want to give a special thanks to Sandy and the Texas gang. They always propose the most interesting challenges. The last one was the Graveyard to Woodlawn Cemetery in Las Vegas. We went out, it was 104 degrees that night. That chooch had everything, black widows, punks, everything that you could think of. I walked into like a Catholic charity staging area. It was unbelievable. Make sure you check that out. Anybody have any last comments? Once again, Texas, Sandy Callie and the gang from Texas, thank you guys so much. You are awesome. You put very interesting gigs together. I first pulled up here, I had my second thoughts because of a really bad encounter I had in the first 5 minutes when I walked onto the property with some people that were doing some crack in the back there, but it turned out to be okay. Smooth operator. Yeah, that's it. So I want to thank everybody once again, and thanks so much for being along. I've got a really long ride back up to Warren. Thanks, everybody.